Apple is the most profitable tech company and one of the most profitable corporations in the world. On the 2012 Fortune 500 list, only ExxonMobil made more money than Apple. Apple's profits are founded largely on its popular electronics. Every year, people line up for the newest Apple gadget. Apple's computers, iPad, and iPhone are popular. But have you ever wondered how these products are made? Our name is China Labor Watch, and from March to July of 2013, we sent a number of undercover investigators into Chinese factories making Apple products, including a factory making the new so-called cheap iPhone. We've seen firsthand the poor working and living conditions of the Chinese workers making Apple gadgets. We've seen firsthand the wide array of legal and ethical violations in these factories. The factories employed thousands of student workers and underage labor. Many workers, including pregnant women and underage workers, stood while working for shifts of 11 or more hours per day. Workers were made to accept up to 14 hours of unpaid work every month. There was forced work and mandatory overtime work. Workers lived in crowded dorms with 8 to 12 people per room, and only a handful of showers for hundreds of people. Insufficient training led to workers' unawareness about harmful chemicals with which they came into contact every day. Abusive hiring agencies illegally charged workers fees just to get a job. When hiring, these factories discriminated against people of certain ethnic groups, those under 5 feet tall and those over the age of 35. The factories polluted local water with industrial waste. These factories even refused to provide maternity leave to women who become pregnant out of wedlock or who do not have the government's permission to have a child. These are some of the 86 violations we uncovered in just 3 of the 8 Apple supplier factories we investigated. 36 of those violations were illegal. On its website, Apple promotes the stringent regulations that it claims to impose on factories making Apple products. But China Labor Watch's investigation has shown that much of these are, at best, unrealized goals. For example, Apple claims that in 2013, 99% of its supplier factories have complied so far with an Apple rule that does not allow workers to work more than 60 hours per week. But our investigations, which included well over 1% of Apple suppliers, found that these 3 factories had workers doing anywhere from 66 to 69 hours of work every week. It should also be noted that Apple's 60-hour rule itself exceeds the Chinese statutory limit by 11 hours. We believe that Apple can correct these labor violations. When a quality issue occurs with its products, Apple does everything it can to correct the problem. But labor violations have persisted at Apple supplier factories year after year. Apple should put the same effort and resources into improving conditions for the workers making Apple products as it puts into fixing product glitches. Maybe then Apple can live up to the promises it makes to society and its customers. You can find out more about the investigations of China Labor Watch at our website, ChinaLaborWatch.org. Look for the investigation Apple's Unkept Promises.